I started going to your studio, I just had a shoulder injury, and I was going through physical therapy for it, and like the physical therapy was really good, but the thing that I was hearing over and over again was like, you have to be really careful. This is an injury that you're going to do over and over again. And so I remember like coming into your class, not really knowing what to expect, and like every time I went into a yoga class at that point, I kind of was like walking in like this and like being super careful with.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh,
we're just nodding.
Just being really careful with how I use my arm. And the first day that I was in your class, you got me into a handstand, which I thought wasn't like not only possible that day. I was convinced it was like never ever going to be possible for me, but it was just like off the menu. And I remember like going home and I was like, guys, I got into a handstand. This is amazing. And the first thing that I heard was, you got to be really careful about that. Are you sure that you could be doing that? You have to be really careful.
Yeah.
And so I kept going back, and basically every time I would go in, I felt like there was something that I was able to do that I just had never expected to.
Wow.
And it started really to feel like your studio was the place where like I could go if I wanted to be like strong and able to really push myself and be like kind of safe and whole. And I mean, it helps that you guys create this environment where kind of everything goes. And so you really don't feel like you have to live up to any particular standard because like someone's in a unicorn costume.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And I mean, I feel like that really carried on for me when you guys had left town, but you posted that you were holding this retreat in the Azores, in the Azores, sorry, I can't pronounce it, but in Portugal, on the volcanic island. And I saw that and I was thinking, wow, like I really want to go to that. And then I was thinking, well, I like don't know if that's a really smart thing to do, or and I kind of was really holding back from the idea. And then pretty soon after it, I just kind of didn't give a fuck. And I was like, well, I'm going to go do this. And I arranged like some other things in my life to make it possible. But it really was just, mostly it was the feeling that it was okay to just like want something and not really know why and just decide to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be, like, your retreat was awesome. I told you when I was there, but I'll tell the internet now. Like, I hate group travel. I would never sign up willingly to go on a trip with a group of people ever. And I had so much fun with like the volcanoes with the group of people there in Portugal. Like I would do it again in a second because you guys just created this really like welcoming, fun like exploration space. And I feel like everyone could really push themselves in class, and then we'd go out in these amazing places and eat like the best fucking food. The best food.
Oh, that was so cool, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that's what I have to say.
That one day when you were like, I want a hot chocolate, I went to everybody's like, we're stopping to get Kaitlyn a hot chocolate. And it like that desire of yours was what turned our entire evening into the best exploration. Like the best experience I've ever had in my life was because of your desires. And so, like, fucking thank you.
Thank you, Kaitlyn.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I think about that all the time, and I stop for hot chocolate like so much more often now.
This is probably that's amazing.
Significantly affected my blood sugar.
We should make some today, actually.
We should.
Yeah. God, I feel like we should just mention that story now because everyone's going to be wondering, like, what happened after the hot chocolate? Right?
So, go for it.
So Kaitlyn was just kind of quietly mentioning, well, I really want to get a hot chocolate. And you'd mentioned it a few times, but you hadn't really spoken up very loudly, but it sunk in. And I was like, I want to make this happen. Like, there's something about this. Like, Kaitlyn speaking up quietly a little bit about this, giving me nudges that I know it's something we need to make happen.
But you kept saying, oh, but it's not a big deal. And like, oh, but don't worry about it too much.
And I was like, no, this is happening. So I went over to Rose and I said, we're going to go
in my brain, I was thinking about it like all day.
Oh my God.
That was like the only thing that I could think about.
I heard that, and even though you spoke up quietly, I heard that, and I was like, this is happening right now. So I went up to Rose and said it's happening, and she's like, okay, well, we'll drive by, and then we'll loop around to that hot chocolate place that I had seen. And what happened is we drove along the coast on the loop, and then we saw this perfect little hot chocolate stand.
So this hot chocolate stand, okay, let me just set the scene. It is about the size of a Toyota Prius. It was on the coast of San
on the
Miguel
side
Island.
of the cliff.
On the side of the cliff, as the sun was going down.
And it was one of those sunrises that, like, you have all the clouds that, like, the sun bursts through and it bursts through, and it's got these rays and these colors, and
we walk in, and literally, like, the Buddha is behind the counter. This big man with this huge, content, peaceful smile on his face,
big laugh,
and this big laugh, and the music that's playing. All the songs that are playing are about heaven. All of the songs are about heaven. And all of the signs on the wall said things like "Happy Days" or like "This is heaven" or like "Welcome to heaven." And we said, "What's with all the heaven stuff?" And he goes, "What did he say?" He was like, "This is heaven. This is my idea of heaven." And he was so happy to make us hot chocolate after hot chocolate after hot chocolate. There was 6 of us, and we got 5 hot chocolates and an espresso or something.
And he directed us to this hot springs and told us, you need to get here by this time because of the sunlight and when the high tide and the low tide is going to come in. And this hot springs is a hot springs that you have to catch before high tide comes in because it's on the cliff of an ocean. So in high tide, the hot springs mixes too much with the ocean water and it's cold and it's a little dangerous. But in low tide, it mixes just enough with the ocean water that it's like hot steaming water and salty water. It's just this really cool swirl. So we had to catch it at the perfect time. And he said, you have 30 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
You want to keep going?
So we're driving in this like 1985 7-passenger galactic minivan.
I forgot about that drive. That was really scary.
I was driving, and we had to drive through a cow field and then down a switchback cliff on a 1-lane road with no guardrails. And we pull up, we finally get there, and the sun is like almost down.
It's like it's already down, but it's still giving off that final amount of light off the horizon.
So we can barely make our way down this path to
the stars are coming out.
Yeah, this beach. There's no signs, there's no lights, and there's like 35 Dutch frat boys all climbing out of the water and like
leaving. It was scary.
Yeah, we're like,
and dark.
Yeah.
And this is on ripples and ripples of lava.
Yeah, of like black dried lava.
Dried lava.
So we get there and we ask the Dutch boys, how do we get in? Because we couldn't see where to get in, and they just go over there. And we look over there, and there's just this janky pool ladder going directly down into like this rocky cliff ocean pool with just these little strings looping across from one end to the other, and they go, hold on to the strings, and
we're like, let go, and we're like, okay. So I was the first one to get in, and I hold on to the string, and immediately the ocean water is coming in and pushing me back, and then sucking me out, and coming in and pushing me back and sucking me out. I'm just like, ah!
Yeah, and one by one, we all got into this water, and it was just like steaming hot ocean water, and no one else was there. And slowly but surely, the sky got darker and the stars came out, and we all just screamed and laughed and sang.
Around, like we would get tossed upside down and around, and the only thing that kept us steady was just holding onto the rope. And you come up after being like washed over by the ocean and just start laughing, and then your feet would just get taken away as you would get sucked out towards the ocean, but you're holding onto the rope.
Kaitlyn, what was your like favorite moment of that? Like, what was your version of that?
That might have been my favorite moment too. Like you could have told me that we were there for like 2 hours or we were there for 15 minutes. I have no idea.
Me either.
Like everything just, all of life just got like condensed down to the fact that we were holding on to these ropes and then we might get sucked out in the ocean along with our friends.
Oh God,
it's this crazy feeling of like, we could die, and this is the most beautiful experience I've ever had, and we might die.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think we have to finish this off because I think the rest of the night continued to be amazing, but the weird thing is that it was Black Friday. Do you remember this? And then we had to.
Oh yeah, and then we went to the shopping
get in the
mall.
van and go to a shopping mall because that's where the best grocery store was. And we're all completely stoned just from being in that water. We're all
high on fucking life. Like, just,
where are we?
Oh my god,
we
looked
go
like we were on drugs because we were just like.
And you were planning to cook us dinner that night. It was already like 9:30 p.m. or something, and you're going to cook us this amazing dinner. We get to the grocery store. We all split off in different directions, and when we come back together, we all had bags of cookies and chocolate and beer and wine, and like a bunch of stoned people, and we were just standing there.
I think when you have that much adrenaline, like, you just need chocolate. Your body has to like connect to life again somehow.
And then you made us the most amazing Thai food ever. It was so delicious, and we were eating at like midnight. Man, like, what an amazing experience. So, wow.
Yeah, thank you. That was
thank you, Kaitlyn.
A wonderful week.
Yeah, that couldn't have been there without you. So,
this is our dream to continue recreating these moments for people.
Yeah,
it's just.
And I also just want to, like, bounce back at you, Kaitlyn, that getting to know you over the last 2.5 years now. I don't really know how long it's been, but I mean, you basically had been coming to the studio since the beginning for the most part, right?
Maybe a year and a half or 2 years now.
Yeah,
really close.
Yeah, and having you as one of our most consistent, solid, steady students, and seeing the transformations that you've had and getting to know you has been so amazing, and getting to see how like brilliant you are and how much crazy fire you have inside of you and creativity. Thank you for helping inspire us, and thank you for being in our lives too and letting us be a part of yours.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That really means a lot to me.
Yeah. Oh man, like I know that we don't live close anymore, but you're also going to be a very mobile person, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so are y'all.
Yes. So are we. So I know that like our lives our lives are going to cross paths so many more times over the next however many years that we're around on this earth, and I can't wait till our next adventure together. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited. But like, you guys do this for people. This is like your gift.
Thank you so much, Kaitlyn. And thanks for letting us record the video and stuff too. It really means so much to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let me know if you guys need anything else.
Yeah, and if you need any like motivation getting your book finished or anything like that,
if we find any connections that we know will help you, we'll throw them.
We'll send them your way. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get going.
Love you.
But we love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you too.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.